Hey, so I wanted to talk today about a new feature that I released for the Ymir CLI last month, and it's related to the deploy command. So, one common situation that a lot of Ymir customers are running into is that the first time that they want to deploy a project to a new environment, um, they're stuck kind of having to do the uploads import command separately to upload import to import all their uploads to the environment. And that's kind of, it's not terrible, but it's a friction point, and it's not a great developer experience to have to do that. It'd be much better if the deploy command could do that for us. And that's the change that I did. I added an option called with uploads, and what it'll do is it'll just run the uploads import command as part of the deployment process. So if you were used to doing that two separate things before, then you don't have to anymore. And it also just makes it more straightforward if you're like trying to deploy environments for the first time with projects that you're working on locally. So let's take a quick look at how this works. So we're just going to look at the web app uploads, and currently it's empty. So I'm just going to make a quick text file in it. We'll name it text.txt. No, test.txt. And here we're going to say hello world. Really something quite simple. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just deploy. No, we need to do Ymir deploy. And we're just going to put the with uploads option. And that's really the gist of what all you need to do. It just does the whole process like it normally did before, but we're going to see that it's going to do, so it's already done, but it's going to do the import as well. And then once that's done, it just does the entire deployment process as usual. So right now it's pushing the container image that it built. And then after that, the deployment's going to start. No, it's going to process assets. And that shouldn't take super long because we haven't made any changes. But the idea is that really, if this option is there for all the times that you're creating a new environment, which is really common. So you might have like test environments that you want to just reset up each time with uploads. You might have made changes to a project locally, and you just want those changes to mirror. Obviously, you're still going to have to re-import the database if you need to do that, but maybe it's just a question of you've been using Elementor templates or things like that, plugins that store information in or store assets in the uploads directory, and you need to just deploy those changed files up in the uploads directory to your environment. So there are a couple of like scenarios like that where using the with uploads option is really, really useful. And that's why I did the change. I think it's really a great developer experience change. I think a lot of people are just going to end up using it that way. So I think it's a really good change overall. But in the near term, at least, it still doesn't remove the friction around the database import, but there's something in my mind to help with that. So that'll be really useful. What else? That's kind of it. I was trying to think of something while the deployment's going, but really that's kind of the gist. It's a small quality of life change. There was a lot of stuff in the background to make it happen, but I think for a lot of us that deploy environments regularly, it's going to just ease your quality of life. So this is about to wrap up. Let me bring up Firefox. A new window. Well, let's shrink it. and we can see that this actually worked out. So this is our test site. This is like my WooCommerce test site that I have. So it's always a bit slower to load the first time, just because of all the Lambda functions coming online. And then if we did uploads test.txt, oh, that didn't work. Let's do a quick. So assets. There, okay. I'm not too sure why it didn't work in the first time, but here we go. Our little text file is here, and yeah, that's it.